Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. This is a very important one to me. We will be talking about the representation in The Last of Us Part 2, to be specific, Ellie and Dina, and as to why it means so much to me, as well as talking about people hating on it. The relationship that was built between the both of them is written so very well, especially the way they did it by normalizing it, which it should be. There's no need to do this big coming out scene and to just show who she likes. I just love how they wrote this. Even in Left Behind, they weren't even hiding it at all. Because when it got to that point, that is when I was like, whoa, they actually did that. I was so happy when I first saw that scene, soon realizing what was about to happen to Riley shortly afterwards. That scene is still sad. It really is. The way that scene was built, scripted, acted, and just overall amazing. Normalized Ellie liking other girls, which I love it when shows, movies, games, and etc. do this. Because I truly wish nowadays that some people were more respectful, whether or not someone liked the same gender, because the way that they did it is showing how it's normal to love who you truly love with no boundaries at all. I'm going to be saying normal like a lot, because it should be. That's like the honest truth about it. Let's talk a little about the weed den scene. Not going to lie at all, they were kind of leading up to this one ever since the night of the dance. Like, you can almost feel the tension between the two of them. I am glad that they decided to cut the scene to black before it can go any further. And I can understand why some people were like, yet they showed one with Abby and Owen. But it is completely different between two women. And lesbians have been fetishized for the longest time ever. It honestly sucks that we still are. And that's why they did it the way they did. Even seeing the after effects of how much they really love each other, and finally breaking through that line of going back and forth or holding those feelings in, almost like you're like not really denying them, because it's hard to describe. Now on to the infamous dance scene in part 2. I know some people have issues with why they included a certain slur when Dina and Ellie kissed, but even in that kind of world, you will still have homophobic people. It is messed up, but there's no stopping that. Before that does happen, we see the instant chemistry between the two of them. On one hand, we see how vulnerable Ellie becomes around her, and how long she has wanted to be with her. Then with Dina, she was the one to make the first move, but she was in the same predicament. How the heck they brought that scene to life, making it just fit all so well together, is really amazing. When we start off in the game, you can easily tell how vulnerable she became around Dina. Even though Ellie is she's technically like a tough person, yet she shows her soft side around the person she loves and tries to hide it at times. Before the game even came out, there was an article talking about how they don't like seeing Ellie being vulnerable. And when I got to that point, I felt like the person who wrote that article just wants a strong protagonist that isn't vulnerable whatsoever. But that is such a normal emotion to have around someone you have a crush on and or love. The feelings that they have displayed between these two characters are ever so accurate and just all around beautiful. Yes, you can have a strong female protagonist or a male and still have them showing these emotions, grappling within themselves at how they feel. I never expected to have a lesbian protagonist at all. And it always bothers me as to how people get pissed that she is gay and it's being shoved down your throats, or how it's an agenda. All I can say is screw off. And how those kinds of people don't know how it feels to have this representation. We barely even get it as it is, or characters getting killed off happens, which is a lot, or happy endings, which are rare. Heck, I even hate it when some shows and etc. do it to just do it when it is written horrible. And I see this issue a lot. I'm not even kidding, that some shows literally do this. And it's like, they don't truly mean it. And in a way, you never see us complaining about playing a straight white male or something like that. And I just don't understand why people always fetishize lesbians or not just accept that someone can love the same gender. It is a daily and sadly common thing that we have to deal with constantly, when in reality we should not at all. What Naughty Dog has done is groundbreaking, and always makes me so happy to relate to a character as much as I do with Ellie. Even though the game was dark, the more happier moments were between Ellie and Dina. By them taking these risks, writing it ever so well crushed me throughout the story at those moments, or it cheered me up. I even love how they wrote the ups and downs between the two of them instead of just showing those happy moments. So in a way, like I said, normalizing it much more. I can hands down tell you that Naughty Dog wrote this in a way to mean it, not to just do it to get the points. And like I said, some shows, movies, etc. still do this, and it bugs the heck out of me. Shannon Woodward and Ashley Johnson brought the chemistry all the way up until the two characters parted ways before the end. Or did they? Because maybe a potential part 3. All I can really hope for is that other games and etc. take what Naughty Dog has done with representation and just all around mean it instead of just doing it to do it. I really hope. There's even some other stuff Naughty Dog has done, and I suggest other games to kind of grab that stuff and turn it into something else for them. Just, there's so much. They've really changed the industry. And I know some people disagree with, like, Last of Us 2 story. But honestly, I love it. And if you hate it, that's fine. If you have your reasons, that's fine. But if you're just hating it to hate it, that's not valid. It's not. Like, it's an all-around beautiful story. Great representation. Taking risks all around. Just, it is so hard to describe. But this game, honestly, I haven't played any other game besides this one. I've also been kind of busy. But this is the game I keep going back to. No joke. And it is very rare to have what Naughty Dog has done come across the way that they did. And stuff. I don't know if I repeated that. I might have. So, whoops. Let me know in the comments what all of you think about this video. I plan to have more videos like this where it's this descriptive instead of just doing a video to do it. I will also be coming out with different games instead of just Last of Us 2. But this game will still be talked about. It'll just be in these longer videos and a lot of detail put into them. Because when the game first came out, I rushed to do like theory videos and it was not detailed at all. And I plan on updating all that. So, have a great day, and I'll see all of you later.